This is Chris with Tyson Energy. So we're at a job right now. We're taking out all the insulation, doing an attic restoration. The reason is because she has cellulose up there with the whole house fan. Now, the biggest problem that we see with the whole house fan is that people complain about the dust. My house gets more dusty, it's pulling dust from the outside. Usually that's not the case. Most of the dust comes from the attic, especially when you have cellulose insulation, that's shredded newspaper, it's really dusty. Whenever you turn the fan on, you're pressurizing your attic. Most of the time, ideally, you would want all of that air escaping through your vents, but there's hardly ever enough ventilation for your fan to do that. So it has no other choice but to come in the house through wire penetrations, plumbing penetrations, can lights, top plates, all these air leakage points in the attic that leak air. So when you turn the fan on and pressurize your attic, and a lot of that air and dust is being blown into the house. So we find that when we do an attic restoration, especially with the whole house fan, customers experience less dust in the house, a lot less, like they don't even have to dust anything. So we're gonna show you what that air leakage looks like from down here and up in the attic. So we're gonna turn the fan on now. We have a napkin that's over this to show the air leakage. We're gonna turn the fan on, and you'll see this moving. So that's an unsealed wire penetration, and they never seal the wire penetrations on older homes. Newer homes, they do require you to seal the wire penetrations, but still not the top plates. So even on brand new houses, these top plates are unsealed, letting air into the house. 20% of energy loss happens through these air leakages. So sealing everything up makes your house less dusty and more efficient by at least 20%. We're gonna turn it off, just so that the airflow stops. And we're gonna go up in the attic and show you what that looks like from up there. So now we're up in the attic. This was the whole house fan that we turned on from down there. And you can see that they have a gable vent on the side. They've got a gable vent on the other side and some vents on the roof. Now that's not enough to let 100% of the air escape from the attic when you pressurize the attic. The air that's not escaping through those vents is going into the house through all of these penetrations. Everywhere that she has a wall in her house, there's a top plate where the drywall meets the top of the frame, and this is also where they drop down the wires, the plumbing, that leak air into the house. Now, this house was not sealed, so each one of these holes leak air into the outlet, into the light switches, and into the house. Now, she had cellulose, it's real dusty, shredded paper insulation, and that's what's causing the dust buildup in the house. Anytime she ran her whole house fan, this contamination in the attic would be forced into the house and causes a lot of dust, allergies. She mentioned that she has allergies that usually goes away when we do this attic restoration. Aside from the dust and the air quality from the attic getting into the house, 20% of energy loss happens through air leakages. So adding all these wire penetrations, these plumbing penetrations, if you add all that up, that's a lot of air leakage. So we suck out all the insulation, seal everything up. Here's a really good example. This is a ceiling fan, and they cut a hole in the drywall, they put the box in, they put the wires in, so there's leakage points happening on the wires and around this box. So there's a good 1/4 inch gap happening around this box right here with dust sitting right on top. So what we do is once everything's exposed, we seal it up using a foam gun. This is going to seal the entire attic floor, separating that attic space from the living space, so you're not breathing this in. A lot of homes have rodents up here that have died and caused a lot of contamination. So not only are you pushing that dust in your house, but you're also pushing that contamination in your house. I've seen rodents dead on top of a top plate, and they have a whole house fan, and they're getting sick. So that's a big cause of that. So if you have a home that your AC runs nonstop, cycles on and off, it gets dusty, allergies, has any funky smells, hot and cold spots, give us a call. We'll send one of our comfort advisors over to your house. They'll get up in the attic, they'll inspect your attic, take pictures, show you what you got going on, and propose the solutions that we offer. And I guarantee at the end, you'll feel the difference.